Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I'm your host, Josh Davis, also known as Crash. Today is Tuesday, June 21st, 2022, and I'm here to talk to you guys about the Major League Baseball slate for tonight. If you are new to the channel, if you would give us a like and hit the subscribe button, and then after you subscribe, please hit the notification bell. That will let you know. It'll turn notifications on to let you know when the next podcast has been added to our channel. So you definitely want to hit that bell to be alarmed when that happens, when we add a new podcast. Our presenting sponsor today is going to be Prizepicks. If you go to prizepicks.com, use the promo code CoachTalk, all one word with no space, they will 100% match your first deposit up to $100. Now, today is Tuesday, so it's what they call Taco Tuesday on Prizepicks. So they're going to have, for their props, they're going to have certain plays that are going to be discounted, and they'll have a little taco emblem to show that they're discounted. So you'll want to keep an eye on those plays. And if you're in our Discord, we will let you know if we feel like that specific taco play is going to be a good play or if we should avoid it. And speaking of which, if you haven't joined us yet, you can go to dfscoachtalk.com and join us there. We have memberships that start as low as a 3-day membership for $10. As I mentioned, we have a Discord, which is our chat. We keep it very family friendly in there, so there's no trash talking and a lot of negativity and stuff like that. We try to keep it positive and treat each other, like we would want to be treated. So go to dfscoachtalk.com, and we hope to have you join us today if you're not already a member. So I'm going to be going over the 13-game main slate. It starts at 7:05 Eastern on all three sites on FanDuel, Draftkings, and Yahoo. And so with that being said, I'm going to go over my top pitcher, and that is going to be Sean Manaea. He's 9,900 on FanDuel, 9,000 on DraftKings. A lot of the same reasons that I like him are why I liked Yu Darvish last night. He faced Arizona in the season opener. So at the beginning of the season, he pitched 7 innings, shutout innings. He struck out 7 for 52 fantasy points. He really struggled in his last start at Wrigley Field. He only pitched 4 innings, struck out 5, and allowed 5 runs. But in his 7 games prior to that, he had gotten a quality start in each start. And I think this is going to be a really good spot for him to bounce back in a big way against the Arizona team that strikes out a lot. And they only scored 1 run last night. So I like Manaea to bounce back a lot. And Coach, who wasn't able to join us today, he actually likes Manaea as his top pay-up option as well. And so for my value pitcher, I'm going to be looking at Roansy Contreras. He's 7,700 on FanDuel, 7,400 on DraftKings. There weren't a ton of great value options on this slate, but I do like the matchup here for Roansy Contreras against the Cubs. We saw what JT Brubaker did last night. He pitched 6 shutout innings against the Cubs, and I think that Contreras can put up similar numbers to that. For his price, he's going to be a good value play. I think you could also consider Spencer Strider, but I think San Francisco is a much tougher matchup, and I just prefer Contreras at home in a pitcher-friendly park against the Cubs, who only scored 1 run last night. And Coach actually likes Contreras as well as his value play. So we're on the same page, actually with all 3 of our plays, believe it or not, which has never happened before. So it's pretty crazy. But Kevin Gausman is both of our top fade. He's 10,200 on both sites. He got off to a real strong start this year, but he's really been reeling in the last several starts. He allowed 5 runs and only 2 in the 3rd innings in his last start against Baltimore. And so for his last 3 starts, he scored 1, 31, and 11 fantasy points. The White Sox have a very low strikeout. They strike out at the 7th lowest rate. And I could really see Gausman struggling again here against a White Sox team that's starting to really come together. My BVP play of the day is going to be Didi Gregorius. He's 2,500 on FanDuel, 4,000 on DraftKings. He's hitting .357 with 5 hits and 14 at-bats against Martin Perez, including 2 singles and 3 home runs. So that is going to be my BVP play. Coach's BVP play is going to be Alec Bohm. I'm pulling up the numbers here real quick. He is 5 for 10 with 4 singles and a home run. So 500, very good numbers against Martin Perez. So that's Coach's BVP play for the day. My home run call is going to be Paul Goldschmidt. He's going up against Chichi Gonzalez. He's starting for Aaron Ashby, who's dealing with an injury. He went on the 15-day injured list yesterday for the Brewers. So they got another pitcher that they're dealing with an injury. So Chichi Gonzalez is getting the spot start here. Paul Goldschmidt's 4 of 11 against him with a home run. And Goldschmidt's given the Brewers a lot of trouble in the past. And he went 0 for 4 yesterday. So I think that Goldschmidt will bounce back today. And I give him a very good chance of hitting a home run. Coach's home run call is going to be Byron Buxton of the Twins. And he is going up against, let me check real quick here. He's going up against Tristan McKenzie. But Coach has him for his home run call. So that will be Coach's home run call. Our top stacks, Coach likes Boston and Philly. I like Boston as well against Bo Brisky. I also like the Cardinals against Chichi Gonzalez. As I mentioned, he's going to be spot starting for Aaron Ashby. So unfortunately, as a Brewers fan, I have to be unbiased. And so I do like the Cardinals here. And then I do like Houston. I like the Astros against Trevor Williams. I think that's a good spot for them. And then for a GPP, I do think that Spencer Strider is going to see some ownership as a bit of a value option. So I think San Francisco can give him some trouble, especially their lefties. You know, you've got Jock Peterson going back to Atlanta. I think that's a little bit of a narrative, and I know he can definitely, give Strider some trouble. So I like the lefties, Yastrzemski, Peterson, Belt, Crawford, Luis Gonzalez. A lot of times he'll lead off when they're facing a righty. So I like the lefties there for San Francisco for my GPP pick. My Prize Picks play, which if you haven't joined Prize Picks, you go to prizepicks.com, use the promo code CoachTalk, all one word. They'll 100% match your first deposit up to $100. I am going to go with Austin Riley over 8 fantasy score. I like that number. He's going up against Anthony Desclafani, and against Desclafani, he's 2 for 5 with a home run, but he's hit 16 home runs, and 13 of those have been against right-handed pitchers. So I like the matchup here for Austin Riley to go over 8 fantasy score. I'm going to check the latest on this board here, see what we've got for newest plays. There weren't a whole lot on the board last night when I was making these. Let me see what they have for Paul Goldschmidt real quick. So, yeah, they've got 8.5 hitter fantasy score. I do like the over for that play. Like I said, he is my home run call, so I would definitely take the over on that number. Very favorable matchup. And 15, I believe he said 18 home runs, and 15 of those have been against right-handed pitchers. So I like that matchup for Goldschmidt. And then for the other, my last Prize Picks play, I'm going to go with Sean Manaea, my top pitcher. I'm going to go the over at 38.5 fantasy score. I like that number for him. And then for Coach, he's got Kevin Gossman under 33.5 fantasy score, and then Byron Buxton over 8.5 fantasy score, and Xander Bogaerts over 7.5 fantasy score. So those were his Prize Picks plays. So just to recap real quick, I've got Austin Riley over 8 fantasy score, Paul Goldschmidt over 8.5 fantasy score, and then Sean Manaea over 38.5 fantasy score. And that's going to do it, guys. Just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of this slate. Coach should be back on the show with me tomorrow. And you can follow us. We're on Twitter at DFS Coach Talk. I'm at JP Davis 1982. Coach is at Joe Servati. And hopefully he'll be able to be back on the show tomorrow. And we will be looking to crush it in MLB DFS and Prize Picks. Thank you.